All right, what is up, guys? How we doing? I think we just got online. There we go. Very cool. Yeah, a little different lighting today. We'll see how it looks. Lighting is the bane of my existence. Before lighting, it was audio was the bane of my existence. Now it's lighting. I feel like my audio is definitely good enough. It's hard. It's hard. It's a hard thing to master, and just like anything that's subtly difficult, the best people make it look easy, and I'm here to show you that it's not. No, we're back. I don't know why I'm like, we're back. Oh my gosh. But yeah, welcome back to another episode of Cast Me Outside with Aaron Scholl. I'm your host, Aaron Scholl. Today's date is Monday, January 27th, 2025, guys. You're the cheeseburger. Glad to be here. Took a hiatus. I'm thinking about. I didn't post for 3 days. Oh my god, the podcast is over. He didn't post for 3 days. He'll never do it again. There's too much shame. You were inconsistent, and you should be guilted and shamed to the point that you are never willing to put yourself out there ever again. Because consistency was the entire theme of this year. But that was just a rift. A riff. Not a rift. We're not getting teleported to the top of the map like in Fortnite. It's not that sort of rift. It's a riff. I think that riff created a rift. And I have to work to get you back, but that's fine. Yeah. Okay, since I'm talking about the podcast, let's just talk about the podcast. I'm thinking Monday through Friday. And then that's it. Because before it was all off the cuff. It was like, oh, well, I'll do a weekend episode if I'm just feeling the groove. But I think maybe that separation of time is good for me. Because then I can show up on Friday, post. So there's always going to be a gap, right? Okay, there's just always going to be a gap between Thursday and Monday. So we can go Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No episode. Friday, Monday. Weird, whatever. I have to figure out the naming too. The naming's all jacked up, but we're back. I'm recording an episode. It's Monday. Had a fun weekend. Had the roast battle this weekend. Oh, good old roast battle. Things I like most about roast battle: writing jokes, hearing other people's jokes. Things I don't like about roast battle is writing jokes, hearing other people's jokes. No, I'm just kidding. But sometimes it is spectacular. It's like, I don't know. I think maybe I'm like a purist, or I just like my style. And then, you see someone who's like doing their own thing, and at first you're like, meh, but then, they come around and they really make it work, and you're like, okay, I'm just a hater. There's many ways to do this. Oh my god. This last two, I forget these people's names, but they were roasting each other, and this one guy's skinny, and the girl was like, he's skinny. He's like, your dick is skinny, and the only thing skinnier than your dick is you. I mean, if you were skinny with a big dick, that would be cool. But you're skinny with a skinny dick, and I'm not doing it justice. But by the end of these guys, their roast battle, it was haymakers, roasts with like left turns, like off the map left turns. Like they jumped in a rift left turn. Okay. And now they're above the map dropping in again. Okay. Everything's a Fortnite reference. But no, it was a really good roast battle. In like a unpolished, authentic sort of sense of the word really good. But I was cackling and I wish we recorded it. Okay, whatever. We're going to do the rest of this episode off air, I guess. That's fine. I don't know why the stream helps with maybe the performance aspect, but now that it's like missing, I can really feel just something missing, like a little like urge to perform. Dang it, man! I had a content lined up. I swear to God, I had a content lined up. I'm just gonna have to close everything and get it back for us. Here we go. That's actually is what I want, but I think I copy and pasted it and had it. Yes, here we go. Okay, so yeah, let's get back to the roast battle. Sorry about that. Yeah, there was like one hilariously unique and just those two people roasting each other roast battle that just had me dying laughing. I won my round. I won't bury the lead. I roasted this really funny comedian named Tyler, but he just didn't quite put in the work that I did. I think I definitely had more jokes. And yeah, so I'm through to the final. I'm going to do my last ever roast battle. But it was good. It was actually a really good experience. You know what? I'm like thinking back on it. I think the size of the number of people was good. It's like, you know, there was maybe 4 or 5 new people, but no, really there was like, yeah, there was maybe 4 or 5 new people. I met 1 or 2 of them. There was like 4 or 5 people that are like guys I've known for the past 3 years. So even though we're not like hanging out all the time, we definitely have a rapport and can chill. And yeah, I think it was a good like kind of mix of new and people in my scene. And maybe it just wasn't overwhelmed. It was just easier for me to kind of just have to get in there and kind of like chat up a handful of people I'm comfortable with instead of like being surrounded by all these people like on a busy open mic. I think maybe I'm finding that's my optimum like social size. But you know, and it's at a strip club, which is crazy. It's not that crazy. It is crazy that like multiple comedians now work there, and now it's like their hangout spot. Just to be like, hell yeah. Which, like, honestly, I don't blame them. It's better than looking at your phone. I don't know about that, but yeah, I don't know. It's there. I'm single. Of course, the first time I went there, it was, I don't know, and I mind you, going to a strip club can definitely be no go for a lot of people, for a lot of girls, for a lot of relationships. It's like, hey, I just don't want you at seedy places where it's not even that the places are seedy. It's definitely like, it's like a combination of the person and the establishment. I mean, obviously the establishment is like the governor of how crazy things get. Like things aren't going to get too crazy at a 5-star restaurant. But you know, at Chili's shit may get a little wild, and then at fucking the strip club shit may get like a little wilder. But I think really what happens is people just waste their money. I really think that's all that happens at strip clubs. Okay, my naiveness is showing. I think for my worst case scenario, it would be getting carried overboard and wasting money. But my pool isn't there. I think there's just such like an ego-ness to it. I don't know. I guess I think it feels good if some like dime or like pretty hot chick was laying on the moves and being like the character. Like, I don't know. I could see that being a product. I mean, I guess like why do people like the virtual girlfriends? Like that like thing is a product. The girlfriend experience. Is that what I'm saying I want? No, that's not what I'm saying I want. I'm just trying to empathize with the people who their impulse purchases are strip club related. But my impulse purchases are stuff and gambling. I can see getting carried away with gambling a little bit more than getting carried away with the strip club. I think that's just my wiring, where I like talk to a couple people and they're like, "Yeah, I spent $2,000 last time I was here." It's like, holy shit, man, that's like that's an impulse buy. It's like, what did you get? What did you get? Just shit face and saw some titties up close. Yeah, it's a definitely a different place. And like this is like the one that's in our city. Like I don't know, there's a couple that are maybe like within the 30-minute radius, but really there's just one, and it's like kind of infamous, like our strip club. Not that it's even wild, but it's just like the one place where you can go basically see titties and hang out with strippers. So it's known. And now it's a part of the scene. It's a part of our comedy scene because we've been doing shows there. And kudos to the guy that made it happen. He talked like, there's a part of me that was like, he mentioned this like a year ago, and then it finally came through, and it was like, oh shit, it's happening now, and now it's a spot for people. I've only been there a couple times for comedy. All the other times are pleasure. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, but yeah, so interesting vibe, but ultimately fun roast battle. And then I met another comedian who's a couple hours away, and I think I had like a decent roast, and then I had a decent open mic set afterwards, and we were chatting, and he was like, hey, I'm putting together shows, so we'll see where that goes. And that kind of was the best case scenario. Was, I show up to this gig, win or lose, whatever. Like if there's part of me that wanted to lose because then I didn't have to put in the effort. And I will tell you that about my strategy for roasts now, to not be so hurt because I put in the effort and didn't win. And that is just right for the person you're up against. You're gonna win. No, you're gonna have to roast that one person. Just right for them. Get your 10 jokes so you can do a comeback joke. Have about 10, and then if you make it, good, and then just leverage all the funny people around you to write jokes for the next guy. Because there's going to be all these comedians here that are watching the roast. Maybe they're a part of it, maybe they're not a part of it. Maybe they got knocked out and had some zingers, and maybe they'll be willing to workshop some roasts for your next round. And I think that's it, because it's like, what do you do? Like write like 5 shitty jokes for everybody? Still, that's a ton of jokes that you're definitely not going to say. And that is even if you get to the second round. So it's like not worth the investment. That way, if you get knocked out, you can be butthurt, but at least you're not like, I was ready for the final round against you, and I don't know. It's just, I think it's like a good amount of being prepared without over investing. So that's it. Yeah, and then so I explained my philosophy about roast battling and how much preparation I want to do. And then like I said, there was some other comedians from out of town there, and I think I had an okay performance, and we started chatting, and he's doing cool things, and said, hey, I'll think about putting you on a show, which is the best case scenario. Because right now, like, if I go to a show and then he gets me another show, that's good momentum. So that's fucking awesome. And I was super pumped that happened. And, it only happened because I stayed a little bit extra and did some networking and like actually chilled for a second. And before I left, I was like, if an opportunity comes from this, then this was definitely worth it. And the guy who puts it on is like he made this shit happen. He makes shit happen, and in these roast battles, sometimes you try to ask like 15, 16 comedians to come out. It's like you're asking 16 comedians to come out, like who, have the life of a comedian. So they're like, depending on where they are and how stable they are, like there's a chance they'll flake. I think half the people flaked yesterday, which was good. Then I only had to do one round of roasting, and now I'm on to the finals, so that's gonna be fun. I'm excited for that. And the strip club is such a weird environment, but kind of how I think of it. Yeah, look at my glasses are glowing. It just is what it is, guys. We're finding our way. But yeah, the strip club is such a weird environment. Like you're kind of like the girls are kind of trapped there with you, and not that I like want to like I don't know. I'm just like, okay, this is my chance to kind of just like practice chatting someone up. And you know what I kind of realized? I focused on like too much weird stuff in like a game and talking to girls, where I think it's like have a good vibe, and then once you have a good vibe, just tell them you think they're cute and see if they're like receptive to it. So as corny as it was, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go, and I'm still a little nervous to even talk to the women who it's their job to kind of be around and chatting. So chatted up this one lady and just did some of the corny stuff, just trying to get back into the chatting up and flirting phase. And oh yeah, so that as literal fish in a barrel it was like it felt good to go up there and be like, okay, my goal is to just kind of, like they say, show intent, like just say, hey, like I'm kind of here because I think you're cute. Because so much of like meeting people can be like, oh, I saw this random fact, I never knew that fact. I was like, what? And then that's supposed to start a conversation, and then it's like, okay, here's like maybe a nice person just chatting with me. It's like, she's like, she never knew that you actually weren't just talking about random trivia. Or she never knew that you had other intentions to like potentially see if they'd want to go out, because you came in so far away from that and you never moved to, hey, actually you have a nice smile. Oh, I could maybe see. It's like, it is like this weird world. I will admit that like this idea of teaching people how to meet women is like, there is something weird. I don't know if people are like, no, you gotta figure that out yourself. I don't know if people want that for you, or they're like, no, you only want it because you want to use people. But I will say, after watching people who are really good at it, there is like a level of like creepiness. Like, I definitely need to see more of their fails, which of course you're not going to see. They'll show one or two awkward interactions where just to like as a learning experience, but like since I'm only seeing all these wins where it looks like fucking all the pieces of the puzzle just work, and it's like working every time. Like I have what I'm saying is I just don't have a real good view of how that's broken down. But yeah, whatever. That was my weekend. Let's get off this rabbit hole. I did some clips, and I reached out to the people I made some clips, and they both said, yeah, send them over, and I sent them, and then I didn't hear anything back, which I should just take the W. And this was a mindset I was having when I was on top of the world, and it was called the take the W mindset, where basically what I did was I tried to get out of my own way. I tried to just convince myself, like, hey, this like things that are things are happening that you want to happen. Just take the W. Like, don't overthink it. Don't get all emotional. Don't like create things that aren't there. Don't, create ghosts and imaginary what slings and arrows, insults or whatever, or find a reason to get upset. Just like keep the good things rolling. Keep the good times rolling. And ultimately I didn't take the W for that situation when I started saying that it was all about trying to keep my new relationship healthy and good and not have the emotional dysregulation take over. Eventually that took over and I took the L. But the mindset of this is a winning situation. Maybe less is more in this situation. Maybe you should just try and chill and enjoy. So I should take the W of I reach out to someone who I really think is funny and would be cool to work with one day, and they were receptive and positive. That's cool. That's a chain. That's like a bridge, like a little bridge. Maybe it's a little imaginary now, but it's just don't get butthurt that you're maybe not there or your style's not the style they want right now. Just take the W. So that was cool. Really need to figure out some other stuff. I have switched over some media. I did Andrew Huberman today, and I did a Modern Wisdom today, and the Modern Wisdom was really cool. And also, the Andrew Huberman one was really cool too. I can't remember. Josh Waitskin. He's like this chess guy who is like now does foiling, which jujitsu guy, just this, and then he wrote this the Art of Learning book. Just a super cool dude, super smart. He was on Huberman. Loved that episode, and I forget who was on Modern Wisdom, but the Modern Wisdom guy, was pretty cool. Kind of motivating me to go to the gym and to start writing consistently. So that's pretty cool. So I'm hoping I can do that. I'm trying to really cut down on video games. I'm thinking an hour a day. That's a lot. Maybe 2 on the weekends. But that's enough. And I'd like to be more regimented with that, more structured with my video game time. Because I'm not that good. And maybe it is a bit of an escape. I will say I am kind of juggling giving up other bad habits. So if I have a spike of video games, so that I can kind of really get into a lifestyle that's alcohol free, it's easier to replace a bad habit. I don't know. Yeah, you gotta replace the bad habit. You gotta fill in the time, and maybe it's getting to the point where I'm filling in the time with something that is a waste of time. So I need to strategize a way to a healthier relationship with my replacement. But at least I'm moving in the right direction. And then I wanted to do an advice. I was editing the other video, and it seems like I rambled enough to kind of get us through this episode. But I want to make something that I want to make, but that also you want to watch, and finding that medium, that middle ground, that would be very cool. And I think the advice thing, I've gotten positive feedback in the past about it. So we'll bring that back. And it is what it is. But I got a couple of views cooking. Not a ton of positive feedback on this project. But this project is a little bit more just start doing it and start talking and start posting, and it's okay if you just get better at talking and posting, then it's a win. Even if it doesn't become like some runaway success or something even super financially viable. If it's like an hour out of my day where I get to practice a skill and riff and have fun and express myself, that's good. That's a good thing. So the podcast is a good thing. Hell yeah. But yeah, let's do this advice. All right. 22-year-old male. My girlfriend recently got lip filler and has completely changed how she acts. If I can't put up with this, do I break up with her? So GF got lip filler and now she's vain as fuck. Did you think she was a narcissist before? She's, new lips? New lips girlfriend? New lips 20-year-old girlfriend? Dang. How many points did she go up is what I want to know. Did she go up like 1 point? Is she 1 point hotter? Is she 2.5 points hotter? Is she off the fucking scale now, man? I mean, she must not be that off the scale if you're like, all right, honey, flap your new lips over there. Misogyny still makes some people laugh. Okay, back into the advice. My girlfriend recently got lip filler and is acting completely different. She constantly acts like she's some supermodel bad bitch now and gives off the vibe. Constantly takes pictures and staring into mirror. Yeah, the old is it? I think the guy's name is Nar something in the Greek story of narcissism. His name might just be Narcissist. And I forget what happens, but the dude's a narcissist, and he gets tricked into just staring at his reflection all the time. And, eventually his fucking love for himself kills him or does him in or ruin his life, whatever. But Greek and or Roman mythology in 45 awkward seconds. But we'll keep going. She completely changed the way she acts with me and isn't all lovey and stuff, but more bitchy. Dude, her bad bitch has been activated. I don't know what's in that lip filler. I think we need to start putting red dye number 3 in that lip filler so that eventually lip fills can be off the table. Ban it. Ban it. That looks like TikTok to me. Okay, ban it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, dude, if she's more of a bitch now, that's tough. But hey, can you make it fun? Can she be your bitch? Food for thought. And the thing is, I really don't think they look that good either. That's why she kind of throws me off. This behavior is unacceptable for me. Yeah, dude, if she's being like really mean to you, yeah, don't be with someone who treats you bad. Like, I like that you're setting boundaries. And if she's like has to go into this fucking bad bitch downward spiral where her relationships all atrophy because her lips are a little bit puffy and it goes right to her fucking head, then that's like a tough lesson to learn, but learn it at 20 and that's fine. But how crazy is that? That's why you have to get jacked. That's why it takes time to get jacked. Because if you worked out once and got super buffed, everyone would just be an asshole. Like the skinny, resentful guy would just be like an asshole immediately, starting fights. Now that he worked out once and got muscles, like if she got 1 or 2 points hotter, which she probably didn't. Like the old adage is girls do it for themselves, or girls do it for other girls. I don't know who girls dress for or get lip filler for, but here it looks like she's enjoying it the most. She's enjoying her lip filler, so I'll say he or she got it for her. And you don't think they look good? That might just be like an adjustment period, or they might look like shit. Because if you don't, like, how's it work? If you don't have the lips to fill, honey, how are they gonna look? You got little duck bills now. Your permanent duck face. And you can get the duck out of here. I like the way that duck butt waddles. Okay. Bestiality, check. I went in on this. We're like about there. Let's read through the rest of this and see because he edited and updated it. But if she's crossing a boundary and treating you unacceptably, like, yeah, right? What would the girl say if it was a guy who was? But that doesn't always work. But yeah, if it's unacceptable behavior and she's not treating you well, you're allowed to break up with people and move on, and you don't have to work through it. Okay, edit and update. Clearly, I do not think this post would blow up. Okay, whatever. She's going to clarify some things. Why would she get lip filler at such a young age? She won it from a giveaway sort of thing. It was fully free and didn't have to pay. Okay, that's interesting. Getting people hooked on lip filler. Because that's kind of what it is, isn't it? You get these narcissistic people who would enter the lip filler giveaway contest and you give them a little taste. And okay, yeah, now she's 20 and whatever. But once she, in 5 years, when she gets established, she's going to remember how fucking young and hot she was with that lip filler. She's going to be coming back for more. It's drug dealing tactics, which I've only seen that happen once. The drug dealers will just give you free drugs to get you hooked. I've only seen that happen once. So I guess once is enough. It was a good warning. Question 2, why do you treat her rudely? Maybe she wouldn't be acting this way if you treated her respectfully. Okay, we don't know how he's treating her. So his answer is, my behavior with her never changed. She's changed the way she carries herself and even the way she talks to others. It has gotten better, though, over the past couple of days. Okay, yeah, she's on her high fucking horse. She's like, maybe I'm not a fucking supermodel. Maybe I'm just a 20-year-old with puffy lips. And maybe she's coming back to her senses. Well, let's just read the end of this and then we'll finish this episode. I respect her decision. I'm not insecure. Very secure thing to say. Okay, just kidding. That's a Kafka trap. You can't defend yourself. By you defending yourself means you are the thing. That's a very pernicious, horrible way to treat people. I told her I was okay with her getting the lip filler if she wanted to. I honestly don't like how it looks, and with her behavior being constantly centered around her lips, it has gotten annoying. Like, you can't spin this to anything in your favor, bro. I'm lost for words. But yeah, dude, if she fucking lost that spark, the spark that a 22-year-old is looking for, yeah, whatever. But here's an example. We're on, I don't know, FaceTime, having a conversation. She's looking at her lips the whole time. Anytime we walk past the mirror, she's going to stop to make a bunch of faces for a couple minutes. Dude, get into it. That's my kind of thing. It's frustrating behavior, and I get how that'd be annoying, or tease her a little bit for it. Let her know it's annoying in a playful way. Do the faces together. We've been together for 2 years and have had a great relationship, and honestly, I don't want to end things over lip fillers. So yeah, dude. Well, then give it a freaking month, and if it's still that's the real advice: is be a little patient. And yeah, some friendly ribbing. I don't know. Let me know. Is that passive aggressive? But just show people that they're being ridiculous. I don't think is mocking passive aggressive. That's today's question, and the sun set as we did this episode, so the color palette has changed. Probably won't make the same lighting decisions that I made for tomorrow's episode, But we can't change what we have to accept the things we cannot change and have the wisdom to change the things we can, yada, yada, yada. That's it for today's episode of Cast Me Outside. It's been a lot of fun, but we're done. Gotta run. Thank you this time for your time. And until next time, keep on living and loving. Peace.